Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Planning Commission for Thursday, January 16th, 2020, our first meeting of the year. And before we go to agenda item number 1, I'd like to welcome our 2 new commissioners, Roxana Bonderson and Gabe Escobedo. And welcome to both of you, and we look forward to serving with you on the commission. So thank you for that. Ms. Rydell, would you call roll, please?
Thank you. Commissioner Bonderson? Here. Commissioner Escobedo?
Here.
Commissioner Higgins?
Here.
Commissioner Lodge?
Here.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Here.
Commissioner Wiscombe?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. And we're moving on to item number 2, preliminary matters. And 2A is nominations and election of a chair and vice chair for the year 2020. May I hear nominations for chair, please? Anyone? Commissioner Bonderson.
I would like to nominate Commissioner Schwartz.
Okay. Do we have any other nominations? Okay. Commissioner Lodge, did you? Oh. Okay.
Is this just for chair?
This is just for chair, yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that carries unanimously. Congratulations, our new chair. And I'll just move on to finish the item, and I'll accept nominations for vice chair for the year 2020. Commissioner Escobedo.
I nominate Commissioner Wiscombe.
Okay, are there any other nominations? Thank you. Okay, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
I have a comment on that.
Yes, go ahead,
So,
Commissioner Higgins.
Commissioner Escobedo, my understanding, we normally have kind of a rotation on chair and vice chair. So it's a bit of a tradition. So I don't know if you have a comment on being out of rotation on that.
I do not. I just decided to nominate Commissioner Wiscombe. I've seen her in this role now for the last 2 years watching meetings, and I just thought that she did such a wonderful job and would be a good vice chair.
Okay, I think normally the routine, as much as it is a tradition, is to just kind of roll through it in order, and it gives people, a chance to select it and engage or re-engage, and that's normally been the tradition. So I probably won't go for that.
Okay, thank you for your comments. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and Commissioner Higgins, you're opposed?
No, yeah, correct.
Okay, great. Okay, so that carries 5-1. Thank you very much, and let's switch positions, and we have Chair Schwartz coming up. Thank you.
Let's see.
Madam Chair, may I make a comment while you're getting settled?
Yes, Commissioner Wiscombe.
Okay, thank you. I just want to say thank you to everyone. I have really enjoyed serving as chair of the Planning Commission for the last 2 years, and I thank you all for your service.
Thank you, Commissioner Wiscombe. I'd like to make some opening remarks before we go to what will be an abbreviated agenda today. We have an important, very exciting year, in my opinion, that we're embarking on. So first, I want to thank my colleagues for supporting me as 2020 chair. And as Commissioner Wiscombe mentioned, I would also like to welcome our 2 new commissioners, Commissioner Escobedo and Commissioner Bonderson. On February 25th, we will learn of a 3rd new commissioner who the City Council will appoint to replace newly elected Council Member Michael Jordan. But first, for a brief look back before we look ahead, under Commissioner Wiscombe's excellent work as chair in 2019, the Planning Commission took up many complex policy and project issues with independence, with thoughtfulness and professionalism that the public rightfully expects of us. I am committed to carrying out these same high standards as 2020 chair. I anticipate this year the Planning Commission will take up many complex and at times controversial policy and project issues, with a partial list that will include multi-unit housing ordinance amendments, enactment of new objective design standards, accessory dwelling unit ordinance amendments, sea level rise adaptation plan, the Olive Mill Coast Village Road roundabout project, new zoning ordinance cleanup, De La Guerra Plaza renovation, and the Sears property redevelopment plan. Given that, all of that, our collegiality, productive relations with staff, collaboration with city council members, and respectful listening of and engagement with the public are all top priorities of mine as chair this year. So with that, I'd now like to turn back to our agenda, if I may. So we've completed under preliminary matters, item A. I'll turn to Ms. DeBusk. Any requests for continuances, withdrawals, postponements, or addition of ex-agenda items?
Madam Chair, we have none.
And item C, any announcements and appeals?
Madam Chair, we have none.
Great. Now we're going to move to D, which is a review, consideration, and action on the following draft Planning Commission minutes and resolutions. We have two documents. We have the Planning Commission December 5th, 2019 minutes, and the related resolution number 020-19 for 151 La Jolla Drive.
Move to approve the minutes, and if you'd like, I can move for the resolution too.
That sounds good. Are there any, before we take up Commissioner Commissioner Higgins' motion, are there any requested or recommended revisions to our two documents today?
I'll second the motion.
Very good. Okay, it sounds like there are none. So with that, Commissioner Wiscombe.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to state that the record reflects that I was not present at the December 5th, 2019 meeting, but I did review the video in full and will be participating in the vote. Thank you.
Excellent, Commissioner Wiscombe. So with that, we have a first and a second. Don't see any other lights for further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? That's
Abstain.
it. Commissioner Bonderson? Abstain. Very good. I know you're soft-spoken. It's a little hard for me to hear you down here. We want that for the record. Yes.
All right, hopefully you can hear me now. Abstain.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so we have a vote on that. Ms. Rydell, I think we've cleared that item out. Thank you very much. And do we have any comments from members of the public pertaining to items not on our agenda today? No, but thank you for coming. We have a member of the public here, but no requests to speak. So let's move right along to our administrative agenda, committee and liaison reports. Do we have any reports today from closing out 2019 or even early January? Commissioner Wiscombe.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to mention two upcoming meetings. One is for the public's interest. We have, the council heard the sea level rise vulnerability assessment at their regular meeting on Tuesday, and we are having a sea level rise subcommittee meeting on Monday, January 27th in room 15, which is directly behind the council chambers here. from 2 to 3:30 p.m. That's Monday, January 27th, 2 to 3:30 p.m. And that meeting is open to the public if anyone watched the council meeting and is interested in further information and what the activities of the subcommittee are going to be moving forward. And number 2, we are having our second subcommittee meeting for De La Guerra Plaza design, and that meeting is on January 23rd from 1:30 to 3 p.m. And again, it's in room 15, directly adjacent to the council chambers here. Again, it's our second meeting on the plaza design, and the public is welcome to attend. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Excellent. Thank you, Commissioner Wiscombe. Any other committee or liaison reports? I will report as the Planning Commission's liaison to the Objective Design Standards Working Group that after completing many meetings in 2019, along with now former Commissioner John Campanella, we are beginning our joint meetings with the American Institute of Architects Santa Barbara Chapter Advocacy Committee, and our next joint meeting to continue that working group effort will be January 30th. We don't have a timeline yet as to when our work will move into public hearings, but know that we're looking to expedite that so that we can move forward expeditiously on bringing forward a final draft work product for review and approval by the various decision-making bodies in the city. I would also like to mention, not from a liaison report perspective, but for those interested in applying for a planning commission opening, as you know, we have an out-of-cycle opening since former Commissioner Mike Jordan was elected to City Council. So I just would like to provide the public the dates to please consider. So we're accepting applications through Friday, February 14th, to fill this vacancy, and interviews will be conducted in these chambers by the council on February 25th, when on that same day the council will vote to fill the vacancy. So it's a very compressed timeline. If you know of others who are interested, whether they applied last year or not, please encourage them to submit their applications and be prepared for those dates. Any other reports or comments from? Okay, we're going to continue to move right along. So now we're going to cover confirmation of advisory board liaison appointments. And in our lunch meeting today, the Planning Commission discussed and agreed to both primary and alternate liaison assignments. I'm going to just go quickly through the list, and then staff will document this and make available for all of us so that we can begin our very important work as liaison throughout the year. Airport Commission. Commissioner Escobedo is the primary, Commissioner Higgins alternate. Architectural Board of Review. Commissioner Bonderson is primary, Commissioner Lodge alternate. Creeks Restoration Advisory Committee. Commissioner Lodge primary, Commissioner Wiscombe alternate. Downtown Parking Committee. Commissioner Escobedo primary, Commissioner Wiscombe alternate. Harbor Commission. Commissioner Wiscombe primary, Commissioner Higgins alternate. Historic Landmarks Commission. Commissioner Lodge primary, Commissioner Bonderson alternate. Parks and Rec Commission. Commissioner Escobedo primary, Commissioner Wiscombe alternate. Single Family Design Board. Commissioner Escobedo primary, Commissioner Lodge alternate. Staff Hearing Officer. Commissioner Schwartz, I will be the primary, Commissioner Wiscombe alternate. Sustainability Council Committee. Commissioner Lodge primary, Commissioner Wiscombe alternate. Transportation and Circulation Committee. Commissioner Bonderson primary, Commissioner Higgins alternate. Water Commission. Commissioner Wiscombe primary, Commissioner Higgins alternate. Highway 101 Improvement Design Committee. We have two primary assignments. I and Commissioner Higgins will be the two primaries for that. Sea Level Rise Subcommittee. Commissioner Wiscombe and I, again, will be primary liaison to that effort. Residential Multi-Unit Objective Design Standards Subcommittee, Working Group, I will continue to be the primary, and since we are, as I mentioned, hopefully bringing home the final draft product for then forwarding through the public process, we are not going to add a second commissioner in that liaison capacity. Plaza de la Guerra Subcommittee, we have two primaries. As I understand it, we have Commissioner Wiscombe and Commissioner Higgins as the two primaries. Yes, and then we're going to go to the sign ordinance. And the sign ordinance review committee, just to conclude, we will have Commissioner Lodge as primary and Commissioner Schwartz, myself, as alternate. I'm going to look to my colleagues, unless there are any that I've overlooked or staff that I've overlooked. That concludes the list of our 2020 liaison assignments. Commissioner Higgins, would you like to?
Do you need a motion to approve? I'll move to approve the.
Do we, staff, do
List
we need a
as-
motion to approve that? I don't recall if we've done, if needed to in the past.
I don't think it's not a bad idea, but
Not a bad idea. Okay, well, if Ms. Ostranger says that, then we can go ahead and, Commissioner Higgins, you're making a motion to approve?
I'll second it.
Yeah, what if we all have a tie on this? What happens?
And Commissioner Wiscombe has made a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I'm not going to even ask for any opposition or abstention, since we discussed this very agreeably in our lunch meeting. And unless there are any concluding remarks from staff pertaining to our agenda, let me just go to the Planning Commission's calendar and to say to the members of the public, please go to the city's website, the Planning Commission page, to follow our calendar. While we would typically meet the first 3 Thursdays of every month, sometimes our meetings are canceled. So, for example, our next meeting will not be February 6th, but rather February 13th. But again, since the schedule can be fluid, please go to the city website and follow along that way. With that, I'm, again, very excited about what this year will hold for all of us and how we're going to work very effectively together to do the public's and the city's very important work. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next month.